Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yet another week of action. It's a shorter week, but it's still going to be some great MLB The Show 20 action here on the official EGF Twitch stream and on PerfectGame.tv. My name is Gustavo Dominguez, joined here by Darren Sutton and Hunter Pence. How y'all doing?
We're great. We're absolutely great. And the pregame, if the game matches the conversation we had in the pregame, if LoganIII705 and Bigtoro live up to what they did their first time, Hunter, if we can take it all into the smartphones and into the laptops of those that are out there watching, we're going to have a pretty good show because we got a hardcore single game tonight. We're going to leave it all out.
Yes, we're all back to where we started. It's great to be back with all of my friends, with Big Gus and Big Sut. And we got these two guys. Was the first game we did. They're both 4-1 in the league. And so Bigtoro's only loss came to Logan in that first game. And it came off a homer from one of my teammates last year, Double-A Leotis Taveras, with big prospect with the Rangers. So it's going to be an exciting matchup to see them go at it again. And, two of the great players in the league right now.
Yes, sir. Both of them ended up 4-1 off the first qualifier stage. And ladies and gentlemen, this is double round robin. So there still is, if I'm not mistaken, 2 more weeks of perfect game action until we do end up going into playoffs. And these two, they ended up being tied for first in their first initial group. So, I mean, these two heavy contenders for the playoffs. And we already saw them go at it just a couple of weeks ago. So let's actually just look at the lineups here. Logan Ledesma. Hunter, what can you tell me about him?
All right, Logan Ledesma, he's got Bo Bichette leading off. That's a great speed at the top, great shortstop. Didi Gregorius, another one. We got Gary Sheffield in the 3-hole, Joey Gallo cleaning it up. Leody Taveras, the difference maker in the first game, hitting 5th for him. Pete Alonso batting 6th. Andre Dawson, I have not seen this card yet. Must be a new addition, so he's changed his lineup a little bit. He's going to be in his 7th hole, playing center field, and Gary Carter hitting 8th. So solid lineup right there for Logan Ledesma.
And as for Bigtoro, it was a little bit of juggling from the first time that we saw Bigtoro work when we streamed the action. By the way, his name is Guillermo Anton. He's a 24 grad, born in Venezuela, now lives in Miami when we speak of the young man who goes by Bigtoro. And Logan Ledesma, screen name LoganIII705. Quick look at the lineup. Sandberg moves from 2-1 from the last game. And then Kemp was not in the lineup at all, and obviously it's a choice there he makes. Jones and Matthews were in that opening lineup. Talented Nolan Jones, a perfect game All-American years ago, and a top prospect for the Cleveland Indians organization. O'Neal Cruz, a 6'7" middle infielder playing in the outfield. On-base slug, king Adam Dunn. And Buster Posey, who when he was a perfect game All-American, was a shortstop and a right-handed pitcher, Gussie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I mean, as you're going through it, they're pretty much ready and raring to go. First pitch already going, and it's actually going to be Brusdal Grandal stepping up.
I gotta say, Gus, Buster Posey at second base, MLB The Show, gotta love it.
Really? I mean, it's a bold move, Cotton. Not gonna lie to you, but if it works, it works. It's a whole different meta when we're talking about video games, and Buster Posey at second base might not be the worst idea in the world.
I think the card is based off of a younger version of Buster,
right?
Not today's version of 10 years of catching in the league. So when he was in college, he was a shortstop, as Sut Master said. So kind of nice to see him at second base there. And also the Matt Kemp card, I haven't seen it yet. Must have been added this week and now added to Bigtoro's lineup.
Yeah, that's the
Bruce Starr Grotterol is working on the mound. Didi Gregorius follows Bo Bichette, perfect game alum.
Yes.
The magic of these cards.
Quick out of Bo Bichette, but this Didi Gregorius card, we've seen it do some work here. He's had a walk-off hit for one of the players we watched the game on earlier. It's a good card. It's got a low rating, so it balances out your team.
Slow roller, Gratterall hops off the mound, makes the play for the out. A couple of quick outs in this game. When you're playing these fast 3 innings, everything matters. Gary Sheffield, I hope someday a Hall of Famer gets his shot.
Yeah, and I love the Instagram video. I don't know if anyone's seen it, of him at 51 hitting tanks with a cigar in his mouth. Like the dream. Like Gary Sheffield, I wish I could be like you. It's just absolutely incredible to watch his swing. And still doing it today.
509 career home runs, an OPS of 907 in his amazing career, 9 times Chef and All-Star. Quick hands, Hunter. Quick hands.
Yes, and the card is powerful. If you get a hold of one with him, it's going. But he strikes out here to end the inning if we get the throw out to first, which we do.
Yeah, off speed. Had him drifting way out front. So Bigtoro, here he goes. This was his chance, Hunter. His lone loss this year coming to Logan.
Yeah, and it was a 1-0 defeat, and I think he had to face 2 innings of fear, Brand. So he's looking to get a little bit of revenge here in game 2. But he flies out to right to lead off the top of the first. Bottom.
Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg does fly out to right. Sandberg, a great story because he was a 20th round draft pick, middle round guy out of high school, turned it into a Hall of Fame career. Here's that Matt Kemp card.
And
they said
wastes no time swinging at the first pitch, throwing it through the shift, by the way, beating the shift. And Matt Kemp in his prime and some of his big years, and even towards the end of his career, just absolute phenomenal at bats and just crazy gifted athlete. So fun to compete against him for many years, and super glad that they got his card in the game. We're having a little. Here we go. So we got a runner on first with 1 out. D-Sut.
Chipper Jones, little roller to the middle of the diamond. There's 1 out on to first. Double play. The great switch hitter Chipper Jones rolls into the double play, and on we go. Gus, take it away in the second.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What an inning! And we even saw the debut of a new card from the last week. That was the prime Matt Kemp card, 97 overall. I mean, when you talk about Matt Kemp in his prime, just the card in itself, it reflects it. Over 100 contact on lefty. Everything else, you still have power lefty 100. His righty stats are still pretty good too. So, hey,
when I think of Matt Kemp in his prime, I feel like he had like kind of the Jeter in out, but power to hit it out of right center. He just had this like inside out swing, but he also had the pop to just homer the other way. He was, if you hung an off speed pitch, he might pull you, but everything else was just drive it to right center. Which is weird that they have the shift.
A couple of iconic steals from him, some clutch games from what I remember spectating some of his games. And man, I mean, not gonna lie, I'm excited to see kind of how his card ends up shaking up the meta, because I had no clue that you know, a card could come out within the week. You already have a top competitor in our league grabbing that card, so that's kind of insane to say the least. But already moving on in our lineup, Leody Taveras stepping up to the plate.
The difference maker in the first game. He's worked a 3-2 count here. Love to see the patience. You know, Logan, these two both being 4-1, so these are some of the best players in the league. It's exciting to watch. But he gets them there.
Pete Alonso, not a popular card. What's out here? It's 85 rated.
Not a popular card, but a very popular player. First year rookie hitting 50 homers. His story is incredible. He's been doing just amazing stuff this whole COVID, you know, just following him on Instagram. He's calling, he's helping everybody. Such an inspiring person, and it looks like
baby! Oh, there it goes. It's just gone. Hunter, I mean, you hyped up the man. I was like, you know what? I was hesitant on the card, but you might that play in itself, in your words, about to change my mind there, buddy. A valiant player and a valiant effort.
1 season, 50 homers. He's known as the polar bear. I recognized him when Josh Reddick ran into him in spring training before he ever made it to the big leagues. And Reddick, full speed, just gets absolutely annihilated. And I was like, what the hell kind of strength is this? He's a big boy, and he's got big pop, as you just saw, big Gus.
Love it, love it. So now
Logan takes the lead.
And this is...
We got some bullpen action going here.
Yeah, I was waiting up to see what actually happens out of that. So
Andre Dawson, here's another new card that we haven't seen, the Hawk.
Andre Dawson.
He's batting .714 with Andre Dawson. Is that good, Gus?
Is that good? You tell me. You tell me, Hunter. I mean, it's someone who plays the show, not just, of course, in real life. That's inhuman average, but that is a sick average for someone that plays Diamond Dynasty.
Someone do the math on how you get a 714 average, because that's a crazy number. It feels like he does. It's not a tiny amount of at bats.
again, because it's such a new card, you would feel
Probably
as if he hasn't been used all that much in some, in just his
about 20
in-season game.
at-bats-ish.
Yeah, something of the sort. Within that range, so not used as much. But we already switch it on over. It's gonna be our man Bigtoro stepping up.
And I'm ready to see Bigtoro answer. He's not dealing with Fearbrand yet. He's got Tom Glavine, who's just cutting and dicing and messing up timing.
Love it. And I don't know if this is either the 95 variant or the 85 variant, but whatever it is, I mean, both of them have an insane circle change, sinker too, 93 solid sinker on both cards. And man, this one's tough. This one's real tough because it's more or less a facade in a sense whenever he actually pitches.
Yeah, Glavine is just one of those pitchers that, like, you just feel like he mastered his craft. Like, he was never the guy that, like, overpowered you. He legit just mastered locating a ton of pitches with a ton of deception. And you just have to respect someone who's mastered the skill of pitching and the art of pitching the way that he did for so many years. Just absolutely incredible career, and super pumped that his card is in MLB The Show.
Yeah, he's a legend in my book growing up. He was actually a hometown boy of mine. He comes from Mass, and yeah, I gotta tell you, he came up near the North Shore, and there were just a couple of people that I grew up with. I had my second grade classroom had a poster of Tom Glavine right next to the whiteboard. So yeah, good times. Good times.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That fastball looks disgusting. We got O'Neal Cruz, who is D-Sut's one of his favorite prospects, the big, tall shortstop, even though he's playing left field. And we're getting a 3-1 count with 2 outs. Get a base runner. Get some action going, Bigtoro. Ball 4. Okay.
Okay, we actually get one on base. Adam Dunn, a big boy card. But, I mean, it's very situational. And, I mean, in this situation alone, might not be what he wants. So instead, he picks up the clutch Andrew McCutchen card.
And Clutch is actually a rating in the game of MLB The Show. And Clutch is not afraid to be clutch. He has a knack for the big moment, but we're going to have a pinch hitter for the pinch hitter, the whole righty-lefty matchup thing. And Matt Olson, one mistake can change this game completely.
Yes, sir. So now the script is flipped on its head, my friend. Now it's Ken Giles and Matt Olson now. I'm looking forward to this play because Matt Olson, also not a very popular card, but it can pop him easy. He's got insane power rankings for it.
I feel like every time I pitch against Matt Olson in this game, he just hits a homer on me. And facing him, being in his division last year, it felt very similar in the outfield. And he chases the high cheddar.
Right. I mean, contact not so great on the card. So, I mean, you got to be perfect with the PCI to nail one. But that power, punishing, my friend. 90 plus, both lefty and righty. But we're going to be moving on into our third. M-Sud, Mr. Darren Sutts. Take it away, buddy.
Pete Alonso with the homer puts Logan on top by a score of 1-0. Logan's out of San Antonio, Texas. He's not far away from being 15 years old on June 27th. He loves Pete Alonso, the perfect game alum, for what he did for him earlier. He's leaning on the late but legendary Gary Carter now for an at-bat. Hall of Fame 03.
Yeah, and it looks like he hasn't had a ton of success. It's tough to find that right catcher. He's batting 184 in league play. You get a little foul ball, but he's putting up a fight for that 8-hole 2-2 count. Still going with Kluber for the third inning is Logan, and he gets him with that nasty slurve.
Yeah, the kid couldn't stay back at all on that one. And He'd love to add another run, Hunter. He'd love to add one more.
I mean, the slurve from Kluber, it's like a hack pitch. This thing is nasty. The Kluber card, obviously, a lot of people, if you're playing MLB The Show regularly, everyone's using that card. So you've dealt with that slurve. It's tough to lay off.
The legend card, Ken Griffey Sr.
Oh, man, I have not seen the Ken Griffey Sr. card, and he shoestrings one to right. So Bigtoro, 2 quick outs on Logan to try to give himself a chance to keep it at a 1-run deficit.
There's action in the bullpen. Bo Bichette, who played his travel ball for the Astros scout team a long time ago. Florida travel ball, FTB, was an ASU commit, but signed. Bichette made his big league debut last year. He's dealing with Kyle right now.
So Bo Bichette, his age, how old is he? He was a high school draft pick, is that correct?
Yeah, signed out of high school. Was going to go to ASU. This time they get him, but he was going to go to ASU, signed out of high school. That would be back in 16, so he's still a kid.
Yeah, and what an incredible rookie season. Just electric play, electric hair, electric smile. And for a little guy, a ton of pop. And you know what? One of the things that strike me is a lot of times these young shortstops that can hit and are fast and explosive, they don't play good defense, but he absolutely did. We got a pop up for the first out of the inning. Bigtoro onto his last leg.
Bigtoro has 2 outs to play with Guillermo Anton, the 24 grad who was born in Venezuela, goes to Doral Academy, lives in Miami now. And the call to the bench for the pinch hitter dealing with Alex Reyes is the gifted Josh Bell.
Oh, this card can put a hurting on a ball. You just got to get that connection. And right now, Logan has been Bigtoro's kryptonite. Nobody else has been able to defeat the Bigtoro living in Miami from Venezuela.
Huge Tigers fan. Miggy, his favorite player, talking about Guillermo Anton. That's a good at bat right there. Bell with the walk. Sandberg due up next. We'll see if he bats Sandberg.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you got to keep, pinch runner right here. Get the speed. LoCastro, 99-99, absolute threat. You got to steal this bag so you eliminate the double play. And he was going on the pitch. There's nothing you could do to stop him.
There he goes. There the throw goes, and you called it, Hunter.
Yeah, now we're just a base hit away from a tie ball game, and we could have free baseball.
Fooled him. Locked him up. Strike 3. Got Sandberg. Here's Matt Kemp. Last chance.
Matt Kemp, his one and only hit of the game. Can he pull off the 2-for-2 to tie it up? Matt Kemp was clutch in real life. I know firsthand from many seasons of being in the same division.
Massive alley power, Hunter Pence. Massive alley power.
Oh, and he does the right center, but it
Oh!
not gonna make it. And Logan comes away.
Logan's 5-1.
5-1. Second victory against Bigtoro. Remains his kryptonite.
The young man, Logan Ledesma, out of San Antonio, Texas, MacArthur High School, picks up the victory. He's now 5-1 on the year. The young man who's, I don't know, about a month away from his 15th birthday, going into his sophomore year, is 5-1. Gussie, what a finish.
Legendary, my friend. Legendary. I mean, talk about a dude that's just getting the clutch. Keep it clean, keep it simple. 1 run separates the 2 each time. And I know for a fact that Bigtoro, he's salty about it. He wants to bring it back in playoffs, man.
Nice.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, if you work as hard as these 2 players do in terms of this game, in terms of outside of the game, in terms of just commitment to MLB The Show, period, you saw the cards that they had. They're working week in, week out. Just so they could actually, compete with some of the big boys here. And they're pretty much at the same exact pace. I can't wait to see how this rivalry actually comes about in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, I do feel like we've created the Bigtoro Logan rivalry.
Right.
It's really incredible to watch two matchups against them, both ending 1-0. 2 great players and 2 great games.
See how we do that, Hunter Pence? We just sit up in our comfortable chairs. In real life, we do it to you all the time. We create these rivalries. You hear about it later, and you think, I didn't even realize that was a rivalry.
Exactly. That's the story. The storytellers make the rivalry. But I think this is an actual rivalry. I mean, both games being streamed between the 2, the emotions have got to be a little bit higher. The opportunity, do we get to interview as well, Big Logan again?
Yeah, he might be ready. Let's actually see here. So
the opportunity to come on the show and the stream, the stakes are high. So for it not to be a rivalry would be kind of tough.
That's nuts. So here we go, Logan. Logan, you're live, my friend. Welcome to the show.
Glad to be back.
Wow, 5-1, Logan. Congratulations, my friend. And we talked about it. You're about a month away from your 15th birthday. I usually let those guys ask the gaming questions. I ask the life question. I'll ask you a life question at the end. Kind of walk me through the Alonso choice. It seems like a no-brainer, but when you saw that ball sail out, your reaction in your world in San Antonio, Texas, and how important that Pete Alonso card was, looked like a pitch up out over the plate.
Man, I was honestly surprised it went out because it was out of the zone, and I have that Pete Alonso card because he has over 100 power on both sides of the plate, and I knew that would come in handy at some point, and it did. And I didn't let it get me too excited because I know 1-0 in a 3-inning game doesn't mean anything, and he could have ended it at any time with one hit. So I was still trying to stay calm and play as I normally would.
Yeah, so Logan, now that you're 5-1, you've had about 3 weeks of the Perfect Game tournament. Explain a little bit about how the journey's been for you, how you're enjoying the games. What's the emotional level? Are you a little more calm to the tournament gaming now than when you first started?
It's super fun. I mean, I've never really been a part of a tournament like this. I've always wanted to be, but I could never really find one to enter, And then I saw this one, and I knew I had to enter it, but every week being able to play games, it's pretty fun. But being broadcasted like this for the first time, I was like, I didn't think it was going to happen again. And then, it got to happen again. And I'm really thankful for being able to do it again. And I got the win.
Yeah, both your games have been nail biters. They've been, the 1-0 game against Bigtoro. Bigtoro as well was 4-1 coming into this game. So you've actually given him his only losses of the tournament. Not sure that you know that. So how have some of the other matchups been? And what do you think is your greatest strength?
Well, I mean, the people in my group, I think most of them they're pretty good. They all have better teams than me. I don't think I played one person that I have a better team than them, but most of the time it's just 1-0. My defense and my pitching is what comes in handy.
All right, so you feel confident with the defense and the pitching, and I would say defense and pitching is what wins championships. Good luck the rest of the tournament. Congratulations on today, and Gus, let him know what do you got for him.
Yes, sir. So, I mean, you mentioned the lineup, you mentioned the team. So, I mean, I love how these two guys, they're supposed to be the real-life baseball dudes. But I'll ask you, how has preparation been for baseball in the past couple of weeks? We already ran through this. But considering the fact that you just mentioned, some of these players, they have better cards, is it more you're focusing more on real-life affairs? Are you still playing the game and just working out with your lineup? What's the dynamic?
I try to even it out as much as I can. This week, I really wanted to get that Didi Gregorius because the one game I lost, the guy hit a walk-off with me against Didi, and I had seen other YouTubers that they had that Didi Gregorius card, and I really wanted it. It didn't really make a difference for me, but I spent a good 3 hours this week trying to get that card, and I finally got it.
Gotcha. All good, man. So, I mean, you got the card that you wanted now. Well, okay. Kind of looking at the cards that came out, in the past couple of weeks, what would be a dream card for you to just place smack dab in the middle of your lineup? Just a little bit of a curveball question for you.
I have been trying to get the 94 Chipper Jones. I really like switch hitters, and I think that a switch hitter at third base would be really important for me because most of my lineup is righties, and I've been trying to work in more lefties or switch hitters. That's why I like Leody Taveras, but I mean, that's a card that I really want.
Gotcha. All right. Thanks, man. You guys have any more questions?
I just have a couple of more about your summertime, the real-life baseball player in you, Logan. How is that going? Things are opening up a little bit in Texas. I know, your travel ball team, Coach Smith, the Texas Titans, at least at a certain point you were with them, and MacArthur High School is your high school team. How are things going for you? Talk to me about your real-life workouts. You're a middle infielder, a talented middle infielder. You're going to be a sophomore. Walk us into your real-life baseball world.
I've been practicing pretty much every day in my batting cage in my backyard, and even some of my teammates, we go to a park near my house, and we take ground balls almost every day. So we've all been trying to get ready together for the next season, and because we could go back any day, so we want to be prepared in case that would happen.
Do you have any plans, Logan, for summer ball? I know you guys are all hoping that showcases are able. I know Perfect Game's got some larger ones coming up. But a lot of the regional ones are still being planned, tournaments still being planned. Do you hope to get to play somewhere this summer ball?
Yes, I hope so. But I don't know. We're just gonna have to play it by ear and see what happens with all this stuff, and hopefully I'm able to play. If not, then I'll keep practicing and get prepared for spring.
Hunter Pence knows what that's like. I'm going to let you ask him one question, Logan, but I have one more for you. The NJHS, when you were a little bit younger, you were an honor society member. Classroom matters to you, man, and congratulations to you on that. But kind of walk me through who you are as a student, where that comes from. Is it your mom, Laura, your dad, Israel? Where does that dedication in the classroom? You don't join the honor society by accident.
No, my parents have always told me that I needed to be the best I could be and to always focus on my grades. And no matter what, baseball's important, but school is always number one. So I've always kind of been my parents have pushed me to do better in school, and that really spoke to me. And I've always been that quiet kid in class, but these past few years I've been able to gain my confidence and be able to speak in front of people, and I think that's a big part of who I am as a person now.
You're nailing it. I'm going to flip the script. You have Hunter Pence, obviously an amazing baseball career, a world champion. Ask him any question you want about baseball. You can go gaming. I'm not going to turn that away. But you have the ear. You have the insights of Hunter Pence. Throw a good question at him.
Well, a question that I've always had is, like, what it's like traveling around the country almost every day, playing 162 games a year. Do you get tired of it, or?
For me, I've never really gotten tired of it. I just I enjoy. I find the things that I enjoy about each city, and one of the things that I really love, and I doubt that you're drinking coffee yet, but maybe you are. But I love coffee, and so one of my things, and even when I was younger, I would just go to breakfast spots, and now I've gone to I go and check out all of the great coffee shops in every city, and so mornings and breakfast is how I rate a city, and it gives me walking around and just seeing the different sites and feeling kind of the essence of the cities. So that's always been really fun for me. Obviously getting to play in the American League last year was a big switch up. So I got to hit every stadium in the big leagues. I've now played in all of them, and some that have been torn down. So the travel is it's definitely a different lifestyle. It's a nomad lifestyle, but I've just not known any different my whole life. I moved 12 times before I graduated high school. It was almost like the world was setting me up to be ready for this lifestyle. And we moved 3 times a year, Houston, then, spring training, wherever that is, it's been Arizona, and then either Texas or now San Francisco. So you definitely have to move a lot, but I enjoy the travel. And so it fits perfectly into myself, I guess, what I like to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I gotta say, great question. I gotta say, absolutely impressed with the way you speak. The fact that you're practicing no matter what. Because to me, I really think that it's important. What you do when nobody's looking, and this is the time to gain the most ground, and this is the time that you find out who you really are. So kudos to you. Very impressed, and also the fact that you do your studies and putting those first and taking care of the responsibilities. In the long run, it's the same thing to succeed at baseball. It's just doing what making sure you take care of what your responsibilities are. And right now, as a young kid, the same was for me. When I was young, it was like knock out my schools, take care of my responsibilities, and then my free time, I put all of it into my passion, which is baseball. Keeping that clear, direct focus, you will find a way to succeed. So good luck to you, Logan. Thanks so much, and congratulations again on the win.
Thank you.
All right. So, that was Logan again, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. So we were supposed to have, a couple of other games going on today, but unfortunately those were canceled off, or they're actually going on off stream. So that's the end of our broadcast. This feels weird, guys. We don't have
very
any more
short.
Time together.
Very short.
I know. I look forward to these Wednesdays. It's been incredible. I know this week is short, but we have more coming in the future.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every single Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can come back to, whatever channel you would like to prefer, whether it be perfectgame.tv or twitch.tv/officialegf. You can catch myself, Darren Sutton, and Hunter Pence every single Wednesday. And, of course, the race for the playoffs. It's beginning now, and it's already getting hot, as you guys just saw there. A great rematch between Bigtoro and Logan. We'll definitely see them in the next couple of weeks. Still a lot more MLB The Show action to go. Course, follow myself on Twitter at @upmind_. You can follow Darren on Twitter at LifeIsGreatSUT. Hunter Pence, you can follow him. He has the crisp ad. We need to add in like different words, but no, Hunter, he's got the perfect at Hunter Pence. No easier for you guys. And there you go, my friends. You can follow EGF on Twitter, @official EGF, and we are out of here. We'll see you guys next week.